So this week we headed to the city to hang out with Annalynne Mccord. Our editor Shruti got to sit down with her to have like just an intimate conversation, talk about what she's doing, especially the foundation that she has. It's an amazing foundation and you'll learn more as you watch the video.
Thank you for being here, Annalynne.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for discussing this very difficult but challenging topic that needs to be discussed. So let's get started. You're the president of the organization Together One Heart, a mission with an aim to secure the rights of young women and girls who are victims at risk of being victims of slavery. Can you share with our readers what personally inspired you to help bring such an important mission to light?
Yes, I just am a really fantastic person. I'm so great, really. I can't tell you how wonderful I am. No,
you are.
That's what I thought going into. I mean, I think that you get involved to do something for the world because you have all of these ideas in your mind that you're just, it's time for you to do something for the world and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And the truth is, what drives you to do anything on this planet is your heart searching to return to love. Because in my belief, and you can see it anywhere you look, we're love. As when the way we're born, we're babies, we're all love, we forget that love, and then we go searching for that. And what happened for me was I thought I was going to go be a good person and get on a plane to Cambodia and help little children. Completely opposite thing happened. They turned my world upside down. The girls saved my life in more ways than you can possibly imagine. And the long story short, what I would come to realize was my deep reason in my heart that couldn't be seen in my mind because I was in denial, true denial, not pretending like I didn't remember. I genuinely, my brain was protecting me, and I was in denial about my own personal story. I was sexually assaulted when I was 18 years old. And when you have that kind of personal connection, I think I heard these stories about sex trafficking and these little children and the horrible things that happened to them, and I got so angry for them. Not for myself, not for my story or my violation or what happened for me, but I could feel for them what I couldn't feel for myself.
You felt it deep down.
And I felt it very deep inside of myself. And what happened was over the course of the last 8 years, which is how long I've been working with the organization, I piece by piece, little chinks in my armor, started their love chipped away at this big fortress that I had around myself. And I remember when, several years in, I realized my own story and started to come into my awareness that this is why it's so important to me. Like, these girls have been through what I went through times a million, and they're okay. So maybe if they're okay, I can be okay too. And
they saved you.
And that's how they saved me. And so for now, it's like they're my kids, they're my bubbas, but it's also like it's a thank you. Everything that I can do for them for the rest of my life is a thank you because they saved mine.
That's beautiful. And you go there a couple times a year, right?
As much as I can. I was there 5 times last year. That was a lot.
5 times?
5 times. But I started going every Christmas. That was kind of the first thing. That I did, because actually in Los Angeles when you're on a show, you just pretty much know your schedule is off limits the whole year. But that 3 weeks of Christmas and New Year's, LA is a ghost town. Like, you want to go there and just drive super fast on the streets that have no traffic, go there during the holiday season. So I knew that I could leave and get on a plane to Cambodia at that time, and I could promise that to my girls. And to me, we're only as good as our word, right? So if you say you're going to do something, do it. You don't have to ever do anything. You don't have to ever say you're going to do anything. But if you say it, and if you're in my world, you better do it.
Yeah, no, totally. No, I agree with that.
The Christmas experience is fun. I've actually taken a lot of people with me for that, and it's the best part. Like, you get to bring all these toys and the school supplies, and then the girls, they're all in their little
big
Christmas
smile on their
outfits.
face.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I always say I'm bringing Santa's sleigh to Cambodia.
Okay, that's great. And then you did something many women who went through this experience unfortunately could not do. You used your traumatic encounter to help people and affected their lives in such a profound way. However, realistically, old wounds never actually heal. They may leave a very light scar sometimes. How do you stay uplifted, motivated, or even inspired to push through, maintain your happiness, and continue on your mission?
That's the question that is really powerful to me, because there is an idea in the world that there are these people who are just, they're amazing people and they have overcome their terrible past and it's all done and they're perfectly cured and everything's all good now. And that is not reality. And there's so much insight in that question, and I appreciate it because it's an everyday struggle. It's an everyday struggle to continue to live when you have survived abuse, when you've survived sexual assault, when you've survived sex trafficking, when you've survived having your choice taken away from you. The one thing that we should have as a human being is the right to choose, and to have that taken away from you. And that extends well beyond physical slavery and well beyond abuse in the sense of physical form. You're talking about something deeply ingrained in the minds of human beings, that a mother and father who tell their child they're going to college. Maybe college isn't the answer for Johnny. Maybe Susie and Bobby can go to college, but maybe Johnny wants to be a gypsy and backpack through, Africa for his life. And maybe that's what's going to actually give him true success. Because true success is what my girls have in Cambodia. True success is happiness, is doing what you know you came to this planet to do and doing it every single day of your life. And maybe you don't like the job that you're doing, but having a why that does give you the happiness. For me, what happened with acting was the what led me to my why. I love acting between action and cut. I didn't like a lot of the stuff that went along with it. I didn't like a lot of the fake world I'd been subjected to. I didn't like a lot of the egotistical me that it can be in my world in Hollywood. Yeah. But I also got a platform to say thank you to little bubbas in Cambodia who saved my life. People. Right. So you can take your vocational skill and use it as a means to find what brings happiness to you, and that's your why. So for me, it's a practice every single day, and the practice starts in the very beginning, right when I wake up. If I wake up in a bad mood, that's the first trigger. It's like, okay, I'm sitting there, all of a sudden my brain's like, I'm trying to get out of bed. I'm so mad. I'm hungry and I just don't want to get food, so I'm going to get up. And get up to eat food. And why can't someone just bring me food? Your day starts, and that's the tone for your day. So I have a little ritual where I go, I hear you up there. I hear you trying to ruin my day. What are you doing? I see you. And I literally, like a crazy person, because let's face it, I'm crazy. I like to say no normal person ever changed the world. And I want to change the world. So naturally, I'm crazy. But I observe my brain. I watch what it does. And this is the practice I do. It's not some cure-all. It's not, I never have PTSD moments where I'm severely triggered. And I had a panic attack like a week and a half ago about something that happened to me when I was a kid. And my sister and I were talking about our childhood, and something came up, and I'm sitting there, and I'm actually talking to my brain, like, you're going into a panic attack. You're okay. Everything is okay. And the panic attack still came. I still burst into tears. I still had severe anxiety. Cortisol and adrenaline was coursing through my bloodstream. It happens. What I do now that I didn't do then is I let it go. I let the panic attack come. I let the panic attack go.
You let yourself what you needed to feel and then let it go.
And I do not judge it. Judgment and shame are the worst things in the whole world. If we remove that, we actually have an opportunity to transform our experience as human beings on this planet.
Absolutely. Thank you. That was such a powerful answer. I don't even know what to say. No, that's great. And And I'm sure you've met amazing women whose life who's had an impact on you in a memorable way. Can you share one moment when a negative situation turned into a positive one because of Together One Heart?
Okay, yes. Actually, we had a really beautiful story that I like to tell. It just happened last year. And, we work fighting human trafficking and fighting sexual exploitation, but we also try to work in prevention because we don't want you to have to get trafficked before we help you.
Right,
we want to stop
course.
that process. And we had become aware of, oftentimes through Facebook, of all things, Cambodia, like that's how they communicate, is through Facebook. And a lot of people know our presence on the ground in Cambodia. Somali Mom, the founder, has been running this ground team for 22 years. She's a powerhouse. I like to call her a badass with perfect nails. She's one end of the spectrum to the other. And she is contacted oftentimes by police officers or people, even just, we've had a grandmother contact us and tell us about her, her granddaughter, and she thought that she was being abused or whatever, and we were able to get into those situations and come through. Well, we had someone reach out, and they told us about a family in a very far province from the capital city where we're based, and Somali drove out to meet the family, and the father is a war vet. He has one hand. He lost one of his hands in the war. He has 5 kids, 2 boys, 3 girls. His wife had a bit of a mental breakdown and is kind of mentally incapacitated, so he takes care of his wife and his 5 kids.
It's a lot.
So he would go every single day, and they have a route called the Manioc route. It's Manioc. I hope I pronounced that right. But he would go in the forest and dig these roots out and have to bring them home and cook them and feed his family. That's the way he could provide for his family. And this is an everyday thing, literally like a hunter and gatherer, like going out hunting, gathering the food and bringing it home. One day while he was out digging for food, one of his daughters was raped by a local in the community. So here's this man who's going against the culture that we're in. In Cambodia, the culture suggests that as a parent, if I created you, therefore, I created you, you owe me, versus the Western world, which is I created you, therefore I'm responsible for you.
Right.
He had that mentality that I made these children and I'm responsible for them. And he was the father and he was doing his job. And while he's doing his job to provide for them, he couldn't even protect them. And so we were contacted, and we were able to come and take his daughter and give her the treatment that she needed, the medical care, the psychological care. We ended up being able to bring him. I was able to FaceTime with him because I was in LA, but he was on the FaceTime, and I was able to let him know. We had translators, and I just say "Chomrip Subong." It's a hello. It's a respect thing. So I'm saying hello to someone who's above me,
An elder.
Yes, but it's also in class. I'm technically his bong because I'm a higher class than him. So he was immediately like, why is she calling me bong kind of thing? And I told him, and because I talked to Somali, who's the founder, and we discussed it, and I told him, I said, your daughters have a home with us in the center with our girls. They will have the full education. He started crying. I'm going to cry, I'm sorry. I said, your daughters are going to have a full education. They'll be completely protected. Your family is welcome here whenever you need. We will do whatever we can. And the Prime Minister's daughter-in-law, which this is unheard of, she said, I'm going with you to Somalia. She got a truck loaded full of stuff, $2,000 worth of supplies and food and a cow for the family, and went with Somali and drove it out to this countryside. And you have to understand, in the culture, the people are unlucky. You don't touch them because it's like they have leprosy. She walked up to him, and he was on his knees bowing to her because of her status, and she hugged him. Sorry. And he said, I can die today. Not because of the food, not because of the cow, not even because of the babies were okay, but because he wasn't unlucky in the eyes of someone who was so powerful in this world. It just goes to show the the intense slavery of the mind as well as the body. That in a culture like this, and in our world where we do look at people who have less money or not as nice a bag, or as if they're somehow less than us. We're born in different places, to different parents, to different.
One.
Yeah, we are one, and that, that made me really proud to be the president of Together One Heart, because I got to make that phone call and I got to look at him in the eyes and tell him that we were going to do whatever it took, and give him the opportunity that he deserved, and give his girls the opportunity to have what they would never ever have, which is a chance for not only an education but the future that he's dreamed for them to be able to have. So that made me really proud to be a part of what we do.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We need more people like you in this world. We really do.
Thank you for highlighting this. As my friend Zach Rosenberg always says from St. Bernard Project, it's not that people don't care, it's that people don't know. Things like this, opportunities like this, platforms that you're providing here today, let people know. So thank you.
Thank you.
Hugs?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I like
Thank
hugs.
you so much. And how can people get involved?
Yes, please get involved. Together, the number, which camera should I look at? This one? Okay. I'm like, wipe my tears away. If you want to get involved with Together One Heart, the organization is www.togetheroneheart.org. And we'd love to have you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Annalynne.
Yeah, thank you.